welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. It's a beautiful day right here in Bermuda, the Bermuda Triangle. And yeah, have you guys heard? Probably not, because this just in. Microsoft is filing for investment in Bitcoin for property rights. Bitcoin rights. Bitcoin rights, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be going to the shareholders in December. Microsoft is a $3 trillion company. I'm going to say that again. Microsoft is a $3 trillion company. Bitcoin is now at $1 trillion in market cap. The price of Microsoft stock is around 400. The price of MicroStrategy stock at this point in time is approximately $200 a share, just half. And although MicroStrategy does a 10% of what Microsoft does, the stock valuation, according to Microsoft, is over 300%. This is how they're talking to their shareholders, as to, they are acknowledging, ladies and gentlemen, the tech giants are acknowledging Bitcoin, and the power of Bitcoin is leaking over to their competitor as a MicroStrategy, because Microsoft is also looking for yield. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to yield, it's not just about individuals, it's about companies. And companies like Microsoft make investments as well, because they have employees, and employees, they're connected to pensions, and pensions is what turns over the money into the equities market. So Microsoft is looking at buying or investing in other companies, just like any other company. And they're also looking into getting the Bitcoin the same way how MicroStrategy has done it, through BlackRock. Because they realize the growth of MicroStrategy. They realize the growth of MicroStrategy in terms of its valuation, ever since started acquiring the Bitcoin and applying it to its balance sheet. And the fact that Microsoft is on record of filing, it's on record. They made a filing to the SEC, to their shareholders, meaning basically they're making a suggestion to the shareholder that, hey, may be a good thing to get involved with this, and here's why. And they have the company MicroStrategy as part of the reasoning as to why the shareholders of Microsoft should vote on that strategy. Because if their stock grew and the capacity from holding Bitcoin, then it could do. This is how they're thinking. They're thinking that type of growth to the price of Microsoft. So now this is like telegraphing Microsoft. People who hold Microsoft, it might be a good idea to either hold Microsoft. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you get paid, hold on to Microsoft stock and start getting MicroStrategy stock. Because if MicroStrategy went up 300% in terms of valuation, They're thinking they could do the same thing in the next bull run of Bitcoin through the valuation by accumulating Bitcoin now while it's under and even under a million. And even under a million. And then they start buying up that type of Bitcoin. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's happening. It's happening. And when one tech giant is talking about it, the other tech giants are going to come. Microsoft, now it's Microsoft, next it's going to be Google. And then it's going to be, yeah. And eventually, Elon Musk, he is going to do it. When he sees all the tech giants all doing it through that in terms of valuating one's company and having it on their balance sheet, and if it's done according to law, when Elon Musk company SpaceX starts accumulating Bitcoin in the same way, what do you want? Bitcoin is going to be the standard of the world. And 10 years is going to come real quick. And now with the advancements of AI is going to speed up everything, including the installation of Bitcoin technology. And we are witnessing this in real time now. We are witnessing the installation of Bitcoin law, Bitcoin going into law within the US. Within the US. And it's happening in the corporate level. Next up, it's going to be the state level. And then it's going to be the federal. The federal level is, that's going to happen after the election. So after January, when the president gets sworn in. When the president gets sworn in, they are going to act on the Bitcoin Act. Why? Because you're going to have companies like BlackRock that have sway within the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and all of that. And all of that is what America, even the traditional markets, thrive on. They still look at that. And if they see that BlackRock is already doing it, so it doesn't matter who's going to be in power. The Bitcoin Act is going to come into fruition. And those who get Bitcoin will be the winners. Bitcoin right now, or even Satoshis. Those of us who are acquiring Satoshis right now will be the winners 10 years from now. Because I believe when they come out with these machines, right? When they come out with these so-called machines, they're only going to mine what we're already mining, what we will already, because the only thing that you can get is Satoshis. So it's going to be multiple systems that whereby it will allow you to get the maximum amount of Satoshis per Bitcoin. So everybody's scraping, everybody's fighting for that amount of Satoshis still in order to create the one Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to take the generating of a lot of paper money. They're going to have to print out a lot of money or convert or do conversions. And that is going to happen. Because when company after company after company that's valuated in trillions of dollars, they're going to be valuated in Bitcoin eventually. Because after 10 years, you can only get Satoshis. You can't get full Bitcoin. And having a BitHarvest account would put you up there in the runnings of acquiring a lot of Satoshis. Let's leave. Like I said, when one Satoshi reaches $1, that's coming soon. When one Satoshi reaches $1, that's coming soon. Real soon. That's gonna come within, especially when we're hearing one of the largest tech companies, tech giants, that is Microsoft, that's already serenading their shareholders. America and America's companies and corporations, they are all about competitiveness and competition. The other companies are going to follow suit in other areas and departments. So it won't be just the tech companies, it will be the energy companies. And then it'll be construction companies, solar companies. Think of any major conglomerate, corporation, Walmart, Target, Monsanto. That's right, even Monsanto. All of them. They're all going to transfer over into their fiat money to acquire the physical asset. But they'll be fighting for the Satoshis. What we are already in position for that. Like I said, you might be getting $4 now, but can you handle it when that $4 becomes 40K per day? Think about it now, because when it comes, so that you don't lose yourself, how would you feel? If you was getting 40K a day, what type of individual do you think would be? Would you give in to the temptation? Will you let your ego override you? Because remember, nobody is supposed to know. Hence, cryptocurrency. Because the word crypto means secret. Cryptocurrency, secret money. But even though it's secret, it's still public. I.e. Bitcoin. Bitcoin more public and more mainstream every day. That's the trend. And I was watching, I still watch every now and then, Gerald Celente, who got wealthy from studying trends and following trends. You could get wealthy like that too, because every trend, that means you're following the waves. Following the waves. You can get wealthy off of trends. So Bitcoin is like this self-fulfilling prophecy. And when you study Bitcoin and how everything is going to be integrated into the system, because the way how Bitcoin gets integrated into the system is through legislation and through regulation, right? So when the regulators set up something where it can be done, right, which is what BlackRock is doing, cooperations, right? So companies can now start acquiring Bitcoin through BlackRock, right? What's the next move? The next move, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be governments. When the governments of countries are doing it, right? Well, when we look at the United States, the next level is going to be states at a state level, so the individual states can do their legislation. That stream's coming. Individual states are doing their own legislation. And after that, it's federal, like the whole, where it's law for the whole entire country. That's where the president comes in, whoever's sitting on the presidency. And it's already legislation that's written up for it. It's called the Bitcoin Act. That's what the president is going to, whoever's going to be there, it's going to be augmented. It's going to be augmented accordingly. Sorry about that. I had to move it out. I had to move that out the bay. Heat. Okay, well, I consider that still a good problem. Well, so in speaking of or talking about the levels, and with the United States moving first, we're witnessing at the ground level how the snowball effect of Bitcoin. It started at the grassroots level with the people, and now it's going into traditional finance, right? All right. Yeah, we're back. So yeah, as I was saying, in regards to the levels of how Bitcoin is being adopted from the grassroots of the people, corporations, including banks, traditional finance, how it rolls into traditional finance, and how the regulators are starting to work with government officials in creating laws. So now we have the Bitcoin Act, which will go into, which I believe, in my opinion, that will go into effect once the president has been announced, and everything is lining up. So yeah, it's real exciting, and we're just in October. It was some things that happened in October, whereby ooh, yeah, it's a little hot right there. Some things happened in October, which is why I believe very, very bullish on Bitcoin regarding Russia. Yeah, Russia has started their mining project, or it was due to start in October. So, like I said, countries are being proactive in acquiring Bitcoin, right? So, like I said, when Bitcoin starts to get into the legislation of the traditional system, which is the governmental system, that's what we need, right? It's just like the Matrix when Neo went inside of Mr. Smith and worked from within. That's what Bitcoin is going to be. It needs to be absorbed into the system because they think that they can control it, yet they're already putting out rhetoric that will have the majority of people still afraid of it, right? Still afraid of it. And we know that that's all part of it, guys, because they have to do what they got to do to slow down what's going to help the people, right? So if they want to control certain things to continue their lifestyle, right? Because everything's about lifestyle. They're doing what they got to do to maintain the lifestyle and status quo. Okay, right, we get it. they're putting out the rhetoric as to slow the populace down, right? And that will happen. However, that won't happen with us because we're already positioned, we're already locked and loaded, we're in, we're connected, and we're committed, right? We're already strapped in to the Bitcoin ride. We're just waiting uh, for the countdown, really, right? That's it. But but yeah, because that, all we got to do is stay fit, stay hungry, stay humble, and you know, yeah, we stay at the highest levels, right, at all times, and that's that Bitcoin level, that Bitcoin frequency, right? So I encourage everyone who's all about truth and all about um, being discernment of the facts, get on the Bitcoin standard. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. So if you're someone who sees yourself as part of the free world, get involved with Bitcoin and the Bitcoin lifestyle. BitHarvest is a part of that lifestyle. If you're interested, hey, my information is. If you know how to work your way around YouTube, then you will find my information, and that's how I know that you're a serious contender, and you know the Golden Independence family welcome you into the fold accordingly. You know, that's how this is. So I'm signing off for now. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the journey. And yeah, Bitcoin. Look into it. Press up, please.